you would normally convert your AutoCAD title block into what they call an AutoCAD block. Now, when you do this, you would create what they call attributes that can be entered and edited by the user that are relevant to your AutoCAD title block. So what I've done for you is pre-prepared some attributes for you. The attributes are going to be the revision of the drawing, who has actually drawn that drawing, who has checked that drawing, and who has approved that drawing. And the first line of attributes are here. You've got Rev1, Drawn 1, Checked 1, and Approved 1. Now you can see they all look a bit weird there. That's because they're on top of each other. Don't worry about that. It looks a bit of a mishmash right now, but when you convert this drawing to an AutoCAD block, it will actually be the revision number that is in there and the initials who has drawn the drawing, who has checked the drawing, and who has approved the drawing. So let's create some attributes. We're going to be creating them for the second line. So it would be Rev2, Drawn 2, Checked 2, and Approved 2. And we're going to utilize these lines for object snap purposes. So make sure at the bottom of the screen your object snap is back on again. Now we're going to the Insert tab on the ribbon and we define attributes. That'll bring up the attribute definition dialog box. You want to lock the position like so. You want to specify the insertion point on screen and you need to give your attribute a tag name. Now, what did we have first? We had revision and it was line 2. So that would be Rev2. Do you remember that? If I move this, can you see there? There's Rev1. We want Rev2. So it's Rev2 as the tag. The prompt will be revision. Make sure you spell it right. It always looks good on your attribute editing dialog box. So it's revision, like so, and then line 2, like that. Now the default there could be something like 000. Justification, just like with the text, we're going to go for middle center on the pull down menu. The text style we'll use is our standard text style, and the text height that the previous attributes have got is 3.5 there. So I click on OK. I find the midpoint snap there. Now to switch the midpoint snap on, just right click over object snap and see midpoint here. It's got a little blue square around it telling me it's switched on. If you haven't got a blue square around it, click on the word midpoint and it will switch the midpoint snap on for you. Now I've put Rev2 there. I don't want it there. I've clicked there because I clicked away from the object snap menu. Absolutely no problem. Click on it. Click on that middle grip there and just drag it over to the midpoint snap and click. There's Rev2. Hit escape there to deselect. We now need to do Drawn 2. So we need to define attributes again. This time the tag will be Drawn 2, like so. Tab down to the prompt and that will be drawn. So make sure you spell it right, like so, and then that will be line 2, like that. And the default there could be something like XXX. Make sure the justification is set to middle center again. Text style standard, text height 3.5, OK that. And we're going to click on the midpoint there. We now need checked 2. We're going to place that in there. So define attributes again and checked 2, like that. Tab and the prompt will be checked and then line 2, like so. And the default there could be XXX again. Remember your justification, middle center, and remember the text style should be standard and the text height 3.5. OK that. Find the midpoint snap, left click. Last one is approved 2, so define attributes again, and the tag will be approved. Make sure it is obviously spelt correctly. It always works that way. Approved 2, tab, and then approved, and then line 2, because it's the second line of revisions. I've missed a space there, so just backspace, put the space in, and again the default there can be XXX. Click on OK. And what you've done there now, once you've clicked on that midpoint snap there, is you've actually placed that incorrectly. So how do I edit that? Well, what I can do there is I can click on that, just move away up here, right click and go to Properties, and I can change the justification. There's the justify there. I didn't actually set it to middle center. So I click on where it says left, click there, middle center, and I'm just changing the properties of that attribute and it drops into place. Click on close there for the properties and hit escape to deselect. So you've placed your attributes now on your drawing. What you would do now is save that drawing in preparation for converting it into an AutoCAD block. And we'll look at that in the next section of this course.